Hey guys, what's happening? Johnny Glock. Listen, I have a video today of, well, imagine that, I have a video. And it's a cool little trick that I use for Gen 5s and the Slimlines as well. And I just figured I'd pass it along because it's just one of those things that kind of smooths things out, if you know what I'm saying. But first of all, I'd like to address something. The last few videos I've put up, I really I can't believe. Number one, I can't believe the love I'm getting, man. It's awesome. I am awed by it. I'm humbled by it, man. I'm glad you guys are digging everything that's going on because I really do put my heart and soul into the products and all the good things that are happening. And I couldn't do it without the support from you guys. So shout out. Now this is for the rest of the guys. Basically, it's one thing to be ignorant. It's like another thing to kind of be ignorant and put it out there, and be vocal about it or type about it. And the sad thing about that is we have a community here. It's a Second Amendment community, and we try to look out for one another. And if there's all these like opinions that are just opinions floating around that aren't based on anything other than ignorance, then it's kind of like like a plague, okay? Because that's a good one, because plagues can kill. So basically, I'm just putting it out there. Like, if you are going to, type something up before your fingers do the walk, and think about everyone, and think about the things that you are writing, because someone might read that and think you're an authority on it and get the wrong idea and do something stupid. Maybe the stupid thing that you wrote or something like that. So anyway, I'm going to get behind the camera now because it's a lot easier to do these kind of things, and we'll get right to what I'm about to show you. And got some fancy camera work going on right here. I'm dropping it. Whoa, look at that. So, Cleanse Oil. Let's talk about them for a second. These guys have awesome products. I'm not getting paid for this, at all. They have this Hinge Pin Oil, which looks very similar to the stuff that Glock uses on their rails in certain areas. I love to use it for that, just to help the break-in period as well. And of course they have like the CPL, which is this is awesome. You see, I have to put my name on it because everyone steals it so around here. So I have that, and the product I'm going to be talking about today is this synthetic gun grease. The viscosity on this is perfect for what I'm looking for with this little enhancement I'm going to show you all. And I got to bring this bad boy into here because basically it's a squeeze tube. So I squeeze some of it inside we can really use anything, but you can see what I have it in there. And I use this little, it's a jeweler's tip for or a watch tip for, it should be connected to something else, but it's flathead, and I'm using that for this particular, I'm going to call it a modification, I just call it an enhancement. So it's a lot easier, so enough about Cleanse Oil. It's a lot easier to get all this stuff out of the way to have this camera focus. So let me move that. Actually, I'm even going to move this out of the way. So this is Gen 5 specific. Everyone has seen this housing. It can be problematic in the sense that, the clasp, it has its pros and cons. The reason they kind of did it is because a lot of the armorers, were always flipping the that torsion S spring would get clicked underneath the leg and it would be problematic. So with this, they figured, well, if you're just clasping this part into here, then it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to hold, and it's going to be no fuss, no muss, user-friendly, great. Armors are happy. Everyone that uses these is happy, everyone. So that was the thought behind this whole thing, as far as I have been told. And basically another advancement with these housings that I think is really cool, this hood right here. Hopefully this is staying in focus. I have glasses on. So this little hood right here, what it does is it disengages the safety plunger, shouldn't say that, the firing pin safety prior to coming back into cycle, so you don't get that standard chowdering or the smack of the safety plunger doesn't spin like it normally did. Of course it can't now because it's more of an oval shape, and basically if you would see the square edge on the firing pin, they kind of line up, but this disengages it, so it's pretty smart. A lot of people put Gen 4 parts in their Gen 5 or Gen 5 parts in their Gen 4. I like to keep it, especially when it comes to these kind of internals, especially for the Gen 5, pretty specific to this. But one thing that we want to check is we always want to check our stuff. So this is an easy way to get this spring out. And if you watch my videos, you've seen me do it before, but I thought it'd be cool to show right here. I want to make sure that I'm getting this angles right on here because it's hard to see with the lighting. There's a little hole right back here that's in the spring, right there, in that clasp. If you stick an L or something like this, even a jeweler's screwdriver, and you just push forward, you can see it pushes out. It wants to push that out right there, pushing it out, see? Peekaboo. And then when you push out, it's very easy to lift that up and just take the whole thing out in one fell swoop. If you do have to take it in and out. And it's a good thing just to, just to look at it, make sure these legs here look good, make sure you're being captured back here, that there's nothing, no hooks or anything like that. It's just one of those things. It's a good thing to keep an eye on. So, and then of course, when you insert it back in there, you're just going to put it right back in and drop it right back and pull this out. So what I've found is that, in smoothness and getting a really excellent trigger feel, sometimes this clasp right here, this metal to metal, can be kind of, annoying. So here comes the gun grease that I showed you earlier from Cleanse Oil. And all I'm doing with this is I'm just taking a little bit right here, and hopefully you're able to see us get the angle right. And I'm just smattering it. Oh yeah, look at that. Just like I'm icing a cake right there. So when the clasp is put in, it's going to help lubricate the area. Can everyone see that? So now, and that's another thing, once you do put this back in, you're going to want to go back and forth and check this and make sure it's functioning properly. That's a big thing with safety. You got to make sure all these parts are working correctly. So if you do want to take that spring out, or if you need to, that's this right here that I showed you. And you can do this on the Slimlines too. You have to remember the Slimlines have this same exact kind of mechanism. You don't want to be insanely liberal with the grease, but you definitely want to get it in there so it can do its job. But that's basically it. I just wanted to share this with you because I know a lot of the Gen 5s have gained some popularity, and it's here to stay, guys. It's a great weapon. The internals have a lot of cool innovations to them if you really study what's going on inside these things. So this is one of those little things you can do just to make the smoothness a little bit better if you are feeling some weirdness in your trigger pull. And hey, that's the video for today. So look, I hope you all have a great weekend. And I'm not going to put my face back in here, but I'm going to say be safe, be well, take care.